Hello, everyone. JDev has returned once again to give you exactly what you want. Of course, it'll be more of me giving you gals and guys my third episode of Talking Cubs, just discussing the Chicago Cubs 2019 into 2020 Major League Baseball offseason. So we're kind of at the same point we were last time. We're trying to get under the salary cap, which I think we're at 208 million with all our contracts added up right now. And we want to get under 206, if I'm correct, or maybe we're at 210 and we want to get under 208. It's something like that. It's close enough. And we are looking at trade possibilities, but we want a lot back. We want to just a crazy amount of players back in potential trade offers, of course, for Jose Quintana, Wilson Contreras, Chris Bryant, just to name a few. I said this before, I would be okay if the Cubs package Wilson Contreras and Jose Quintana together, or Wilson Contreras and Jason Heyward together. Since we have so many catchers right now that are in our top prospects list, I think you can trade Contreras and be okay. I like Wilson Contreras, don't get me wrong, but at a certain point, he's more valuable to trade to get under the cap, package somebody with him, and get prospects back in return. We've made a couple acquisitions, again, very minor ones. We signed Hernan Perez to a minor league contract, non-guaranteed. He's a utility guy that can play pretty much every position except catcher thus far. He even pitched in a couple of games. So I like that move. I don't know if he'll make the team or not because he started to slow down last year, but he was a pretty good utility guy for the Brewers. And we shall see what happens with him. We also, of course, re-signed Brandon Morrow to that non-guaranteed minor league contract. So he's not, if he doesn't make the team, we don't owe him anything. So that's good. Or we don't owe him the bigger part of the contract that we signed him for. So that's interesting. And I think, a lot of Cub fans are not happy with bringing back Brandon Morrow or potentially bringing back Brandon Morrow. But I look at it this way. If he's on his game and he actually is somewhat healthy for 2020, he could be a huge addition to that bullpen, which we've lost a lot of guys in that back end of that bullpen. We don't have Pedro Strop at the moment. We don't have Steve Cishek. We don't have Brian Dunsing anymore. Carl Edwards is gone. Mike Montgomery's gone. I'm forgetting one name here. The guy, David Phelps, and of course, right now, Brandon Kinsler. I of course like them to bring three of those guys back, but they've signed a couple of other guys that could be steals, and I don't know if any of them will come back. Maybe you bring Pedro Strop back on a non-guaranteed contract, or give him a really low amount, but we can't afford him. We don't want to. Tom Ricketts doesn't want to pay that huge luxury tax bill, and that's why we want to get under that threshold. You got to make a trade, and you can't ask for a king's ransom. And I don't want him to trade Chris Bryant because I believe that Chris Bryant is worth more than 3 or 4 prospects or 3 prospects in one big league pitcher. But I feel that Chris Bryant is going to leave the Cubs via free agency, as him and Bryce Harper really want to play together, and that scares me. So I would probably package Wilson Contreras with either Jason Heyward or Jose Quintana to like the Angels or to the Padres or some team. I don't know if we can get Joe Adell back, but maybe like Jordan Atkins or something like that. That might be nice. So that would be where I would go. I wouldn't mind getting rid of Jason Heyward to the Giants straight up for Jeff Samardzija. The Cubs might have to throw in a couple prospects, not highly ranked ones, but maybe top 20 or maybe early 20s or something like that. But we could get rid of his contract. I believe Samardzija is a free agent after this year, and I think this would be good for both teams, especially if the Cubs can move Quintana, and then we need this person in the rotation, bring in Samardzija, and then you could, make Alec Mills or Albert Alzolay the 5th starter, or even Tyler Chatwood. I don't know if we're going to get rid of Tyler Chatwood, because quite frankly, I don't see any team that really could utilize him. We're going to have to front most of the bill for him anyway, so it wouldn't make sense. So I think the Cubs need to get going here. They need to get these moves going. Do something. I'm tired of waiting. I mean, I don't know why you would put yourself in this situation. They know what they're doing when they make these moves. When you sign Hugh Darvish for a large contract, which If he's good and on his game, it's not that bad of a contract. But when you sign these guys, Darvish, Hayward, even Craig Kimbrell, who I actually like the addition of Craig Kimbrell. I like Craig Kimbrell. He just had a bad half season with the Cubs, but I think he'll be good in 2020. You've got to prepare for the fact that you might have spent too much. And I don't know why they, brought back Albert Almora. He hasn't really done anything. And that's $1 million they could have saved right there. But I guess he's only valuable right now to the Cubs. And if he can turn it around, maybe we can trade him. I think they should put Ian Happ in center field. He deserves a chance to play 150 games to see what his numbers could be like. So that's kind of it. Again, it's not much news because the Cubs are kind of not doing much of anything. So if you have comments on the Chicago Cubs, be sure to leave them in the comments section. If you're a fan of the Cubs and you like this video, go ahead and like it, share it or favorite it, subscribe to the channel, click on the notifications bell, and of course, J-Dub will be back again soon with another piece.